Hey everyone, it's me, Amilie from Seriously Good TV, and today I'm going to be showing you some traditional 70s foods. Now, I've got to be honest, I'm not the biggest historian around. I definitely don't know a lot about foods from like different eras or that sort of thing. I just sort of see food and then I eat it, you know? Now, with that being said, on the menu today is some delicious prawn cocktail, followed by good old classic spaghetti bolognese. I really hope I don't mess this up. So I'm going to start off with making the spaghetti just because it takes longer and like prawn cocktail's really easy to do. First things first, wash your hands because okay, so as you can see here, I'm just putting, or attempting to, put in the minced beef into the little pot thingy. You don't actually need to put oil in with the beef because the fat from the meat will just cook it itself. And I'm also putting my stove thingy on number 3 or 4, can't really remember. Oh well, moving on to the onion. Okay, so obviously this is pretty simple, you know, you're just peeling an onion and then cutting it up. Don't really know what else to say about that. Just try not to cry, I guess. Also, something that I think is important to remember whenever you're cooking meat or just anything in general is that, you know, you need to keep stirring it, just like I'm doing here, because you don't want some parts that are just completely raw while others are burnt to a crisp. Okay, so after you've sliced up your onion, you just want to cut it into random chunks. Make sure they're not too big because obviously you don't want to just be tasting onion in your spaghetti. Yep, that's a perfect example. Well done, Amilie. Okay, so once you've finished cutting up your onion, you just want to put it in the bowl with the mince. And don't worry, I did pick up the stray bits that just flew off. Okay, so moving on to the garlic, what I did was I took 2 garlic cloves, I just took off the outer skin, and then I used this little contraption just to, you know, make it easier to get all the garlic out. Then what you want to do is you want to add in your tinned tomatoes along with the mince, the onion and the garlic, and also add in a bit of tomato puree as well because that always just like adds a bit of flavour. Then what you want to do is you want to take some boiling water along with some mixed herbs and just mix it up a little bit. And then I took some soy sauce and some brown sauce and added that to the mince. Moving on, we've got the mushrooms, and if I'm being perfectly honest, I wasn't really counting how many I took. I just sort of took a handful, and then once I'd cut them all up, I just took another handful. But as you can see, I'm cutting them into quarters, and once I'd finished doing that, I decided to cut them into smaller chunks, just because I wasn't really happy with the size. So yep, here I am just cutting them into smaller chunks, and it's up to you how many mushrooms you want to use in the first place, if you want to use them at all. It's also up to you how big you want them to be, you know, if you want to cut them into small chunks or not. But personally, I just don't really fancy eating a whole mushroom, so that's why I cut them into smaller chunks. Okay, so once you've done that, you just want to take them and put them in the mince, and yep, just look at my amazing skills at stirring with my left hand. Incredible. Okay, so moving on, we've now got the prawns. This is the part where I started making the prawn cocktail. And what you want to do is you just want to strain the prawns and wash them a little bit, just to get rid of all the prawny juices. Then, you know, just take a bowl, take some mayonnaise, take some ketchup, put however much you want in the bowl and just mix it up. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm adding some lemon juice just to the mixture because it just adds a little bit more of a kick to it. And then I mixed it up again, and then I added the prawns, added a bit more lemon juice, mixed it up again. And then once I was happy with like the coverage on the prawns, I started laying out the lettuce on the plates, and then I started putting the prawns onto the lettuce. Now, do you remember when I said I really hope I don't mess this up? Well, I think I was tempting fate because just look. Yep, that's right. The pasta fell out. All of it.
Okay, I can fix this. Really? Yes! Really? That's nice. I'll give that to you. Thank you. Don'ts. Very good. Very good. I like lots of mushrooms in it.
So when this came out in the 70s, instead of having cheese like that, you'd have this sort of dried in a pot, Parmesan, and shake it on. And it always tasted a bit odd. It was never a good thing.
So you're saying 2020s/10s/everything past the 70s cheese tastes better?
Well, dried Parmesan cheese was not a good thing.
Well, this is dry though.
No, it was in little tiny granules.
Oh, so like...
And you'd, a bit like the herb pot, you'd sprinkle it on.
Yeah, I know.
And it had a really, really strong taste in it.
Like what they do in Prezzo. You know how they sometimes have pots, and then you take a spoon and then you sprinkle it out.
Didn't taste as nice as that though.
Shade to the 70s.
Yeah.
I'd just like to say that I forgot to like film an outro or whatever, so that's why I'm doing it now. And just while I'm editing, I just wanted to say that I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying the series that we're doing, as in the whole like foods from different eras sort of thing. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, you know, turn on post notifications, like the video, all that jazz. And I was going to say something else. What was I going to say? Thank you to Oscar for coming up with the idea. It was really fun to do. It was a really fun challenge. It was interesting hearing my mum's like thoughts about all of this, because obviously, you know, at the end, obviously she offered some, I don't want to say advice because that's not the right word, but she like basically explained what life was like back then, and it was like, it's really interesting, to be honest. So, you know, if you're interested in food and if you're interested in history, then, you know, try this out for yourself, see what you come up with, see if you like it. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy it as much as we have enjoyed taking part in this. I'd also like to thank my mum for being in the video. She was very awkward and sort of uncomfortable, and I had to edit out a lot of side glances, and do I really have to be on camera? So thanks to my mum. Once again, if you could just subscribe, like the video, comment other sort of like challenge type videos you want us to take part in to keep you guys entertained during quarantine, then please do let us know. And with that, I shall go because I have a bag of chocolate oranges calling my name. Bye guys.